Fashion. It's all about making a statement. But what if that statement was your last?
Ooh, dramatic. I like it. Welcome back to Heinous History, the show where the past proves, time and time again, that common sense was never in style.
Before we get stuck in, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on more tales of humanity's most spectacular missteps.
Because trust me, you'll want to hear this one. Today we're talking about a fashion trend so lethal, it turned ballrooms into biohazards.
That's right. The Victorian obsession with arsenic green. Or, as I like to call it, dress to impress, and then slowly die.
Ah, deadly seduction. It's like James Bond, but with way more crinoline and dramatically fainting women.
And significantly more slow arsenic poisoning.
Less sexy, but still fascinating. Let's set the stage.
It's the 19th century. People are deeply into excess. Big dresses, big hats, big hair, big disease outbreaks.
And nothing said status like a stunning green gown. We're talking a shade so dazzling it made even emeralds jealous.
Enter Scheele's green, invented in 1775 by Carl Wilhelm Scheele. A bright, vibrant pigment that didn't fade like natural dyes.
One small problem. It was made with arsenic. You know, the stuff people usually use to murder their enemies.
A minor detail. And only a few short years later, we got Paris green, an even more intense, luminous color, also packed with arsenic.
Honestly, these dresses were the original femme fatales. They looked stunning, lured you in, and then slowly ended you.
And it wasn't just dresses. Arsenic green was everywhere. Wallpaper, children's toys, even artificial flowers. Imagine decorating a nursery with poison.
Well, they were into tough parenting back then. Builds character, little Johnny. If you survive, you'll be strong.
The real victims were the workers producing these materials. Take Matilda Schurer, a London flower maker. She worked with arsenic-laced fabrics daily.
And she definitely didn't die of old age.
Her symptoms were horrific. Vomiting green liquid, convulsions, skin lesions. She was essentially being slowly dissolved from the inside out.
So, not a fun way to go.
Definitely not. And she wasn't alone. Factory workers making these dresses suffered skin ulcers, lung damage, and, in extreme cases, organ failure.
But let's talk about the ladies wearing the dresses. Surely they weren't exposed enough to be at risk?
Oh, they were. The dye wasn't sealed into the fabric. It flaked off as a fine powder, entering the skin through sweat and tiny abrasions.
Wow, so a woman dancing in a crowded ballroom sweating under layers of fabric was basically releasing a deadly toxin into the air?
Correct. It was like an elegant gas chamber with champagne.
That might be the most disturbingly poetic thing I've ever heard.
Thank you.
But surely when doctors started noticing people dropping dead in radioactive-looking dresses, I don't know, stopped making them?
Now that would have required common sense.
Ah, yes. Victorians weren't really big on that.
Doctors did raise concerns. A famous chemist, Letheby, ran tests proving that just wearing one of these gowns could expose a person to dangerous levels of arsenic.
And the fashion industry responded with?
Indifference. They said, and I'm paraphrasing here, well, we haven't had that many complaints.
That's the classic ignore the problem until a high-profile person dies.
Exactly. And even when newspapers ran exposés, literally calling these dresses poison robes, people still wore them.
Because with fashion now, if you're not risking your life, are you really making a statement?
Queen Victoria eventually got involved. She banned arsenic-laced wallpaper from her palaces in the 1870s. That was the beginning of the end for arsenic fashion.
Wow there, a rare case of royalty actually setting a good example.
Shocking, I know. By the 1890s, arsenic green was mostly phased out, replaced by safer synthetic dyes.
After decades of slow poisoning, a few hundred deaths, and untold suffering, then they finally switched to a non-toxic option?
More or less.
Okay, at least we don't have fashion-related poisonings anymore.
Are you sure about that?
Wait, what?
Modern fast fashion uses plenty of toxic chemicals itself. Some synthetic dyes contain carcinogens, and formaldehyde is used to prevent wrinkling in cheap clothing.
So, what you're saying is, we're still poisoning ourselves for fashion?
Pretty much. Although these days, we can try to mitigate the risks by washing clothes before wearing them, for example, to reduce chemical residue. But let's be honest, if your outfit needs a detox before it's safe to wear, maybe we haven't come that far after all.
Oh, the humanity never changes.
And on that cheerful note, that's our show for today.
Remember, fashion is temporary, but arsenic poisoning is forever.
Catch you next time on the Heinous History Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell.